Williamson County Election Commission, Wednesday, June the 10th, meeting telephonically, electronically under Governor Bills Lee's Executive Order 16, which has been superseded by Executive Order 34 due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Additional measures are being taken to comply with the Tennessee open meeting requirements to allow the public access. However, physical public access will be limited to protect public health, safety, and welfare. Meeting is called to order. We have two items under the old business for the agenda. One is to approve the minutes from May 20, 2020. Has everyone gotten a copy of those and had a chance to review the minutes from May 20?
I do not.
Sorry, I'm supposed to call roll. So Dana, would you go first, state your name and just that you're here?
Dana Smith, I'm here.
Phyllis?
Present. Strife.
Phyllis Strife, present, okay. Kim Hinkie?
Kim Hinkie, present.
And Jonathan Duda?
Jonathan Duda, present.
And this is Bob Brown, Chairman, present. And Chad, why don't you announce your name as well?
Chad Gray, Administrator of Elections.
Okay, so now we can go to approve the minutes from May 20.
I move for
Mr. Chairman,
approval.
I just sent those about 15 minutes ago. I'm not sure if everyone's been able to review those. I got tied up with a different matter and didn't get those sent out when I wanted to.
So,
I did not get mine.
okay, let's, is that the same for the June the 4th?
I don't have either of those.
I think they were all sent in one email.
We will
So-
defer that old business of approving the minutes until the next meeting. Under the next item of agenda of new business, we have a resolution 2020-009 from the town of Thompson Station calling for a special referendum to annex a certain property into the town pursuant to TCA section 6-51-104 and TCA section 6-51-105. I've got a copy of the resolution from the meeting last night. It's signed. Everything looks in order. Chad, I'm sure you reviewed it as well?
Yes, I got the copy of the resolution, and everything looks or appears to be in order.
We have the town attorney from Thompson Station, Andrew Mills, with us. Andrew, is there anything you'd like to talk about?
Mr. Chairman, thank you. No, I don't think there's anything to add. This is the fully executed resolution asking the Williamson County Election Commission to hold this special called referendum. We would just ask that you accept it and proceed forward.
Any other further discussion from the commission?
Chairman, Commissioner Jonathan Duda. I make a motion that we accept the resolution 2020-009 from the town of Thompson Station calling for a special referendum to annex a certain property into the town.
We have a motion on the table from Mr. Duda to accept the resolution from the town of Thompson Station. Is there a second?
Phyllis Strife, I
Kim
second.
Hinkie, I second.
I think Phyllis beat you there, Kim. So we have a second from Phyllis Strife. Any further discussion before we vote? Seeing none, we'll take a roll call vote on this. Dana Smith?
Dana Smith, aye.
Phyllis Strife?
Phyllis Strife, aye.
Kim Hinkie?
Kim Hinkie, aye.
And Jonathan Duda?
Jonathan Duda, aye.
And Robert Brown, chairman, votes aye. Motion carries 5-0. Next item of new business is set the date of the election of the Thompson Station annex referendum and election day hours. Chad, do you have a recommendation?
Mr. Chairman, Chad Gray, Administrator of Elections, I would recommend, because of the timing required by various public notices that we set the date of the election to Tuesday, July 14th.
And you recommend the normal 7 to 7 office hours, or can we shorten that?
We can open the poll at 8, but it does have to close at 7.
Do you recommend 8 to 7?
I do. I believe that the one entitled voter will probably vote during the early voting period, so I don't see a necessity to open any earlier on election day, July 14th, than what we have to.
And do we have a precinct that we have to specify for that as well?
The Independence High School location is the one that we are going to designate for the municipality to have the referendum.
Okay. So I'll entertain a motion to set the date of the election for July 14th, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. office hours, and Independence High School as the precinct. Is there a motion on the table?
Commissioner Jonathan Duda, I make that motion as
We have,
stated.
we have a motion from Mr. Duda to set the date of election for July 14th for the Thompson Station annexation referendum. Election day hours of 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. in the precinct to be designated as Independence High School. Is there a second to that motion?
This is Dana Smith. I'll second.
We have a second from Dana Smith. Any further discussion? Seeing none, we'll take a roll call vote. Dana Smith,
Dana Smith, aye.
Phyllis Strife,
Phyllis Strife, aye.
Kim Hinkie,
Kim Hinkey, aye.
and Jonathan Duda.
Commissioner Jonathan Duda, aye.
And Chairman Robert Brown votes aye. Motion carries 5-0. The next item of the agenda is to set the early voting hours for the Thompson Station Annex referendum. Chad?
Mr. Chairman, Chad Gray, Administrator of Elections, I would suggest that the early voting hours be from 8 to 4:30 Monday through Friday, and 8 or 9 to 12 on Saturdays. Now, let me point out that one of those Saturdays falls on a state holiday, the 4th of July. So, pursuant to TCA Code 26103, Section 2A2, that is, if the proper notice under subsection C is made, a county election commission may close its office on a state holiday during the period established for early voting. So we would be open for just one holiday, or one Saturday.
And that Saturday would be which day?
It would end up being the, let me make sure I get the calendar right here. It would be the 27th of June, I think. Let's see here.
Okay, and the first day of early voting is what day?
Early voting would begin on June 24th. That's 20 days prior.
June 24. And last day of early voting?
The last day of early voting would be on Thursday, the 9th of July.
Okay, so we're looking at early voting days, June 24 through July 9th, Monday through Friday. Only Saturday early voting would be on the 27th. Hours would be from 8 to 4:30 on Mondays through Friday, and 9 to 12 on Saturday, the 27th. Is there a motion to that effect?
The Saturday hours, we did say 9 to noon, correct?
9 to 12,
Okay.
12 noon.
Chairman, this is Commissioner Jonathan Duda. I'll make a motion, as you've stated the hours, to accept or adopt those as the early voting times and locations for Thompson Station referendum.
I have a motion for Mr. Duda to accept early voting from June 24th to July the 9th, Monday through Friday, 8 to 4:30, Saturday, the 27th only, 9 to noon. Is there a second?
Phyllis Drive, second.
I have a second from Ms. Strife. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, we'll take a roll call vote. Dana Smith,
Dana Smith, aye.
Phyllis Strife,
Phyllis Drive, aye.
Kim Henke, Kim Henke, have we lost you? I've got we'll put Kim as she can't hear on her computer. Okay, we can't take a text I vote according to our attorney. So right now I'll list Kim as abstaining. Jonathan Duda
Jonathan Duda, aye.
and Chairman Brown votes aye. Motion carries 4-0. One abstention. Okay, Chad, we need to update on our absentee ballot process and poll worker recruitment for the upcoming election.
Mr. Chairman, I do want to point out there will be one other item of business pertaining to the election for Thompson Station referendum, and that would be the appointment of the election day poll officials. But we'll just include that in the poll officials that we're doing here in the near future.
Do you have the poll officials for that, or do you want me to, you don't want to vote on that? Do you want to wait till our next meeting? Is that what you're saying?
That is correct. We don't have those in order for that election on July the 14th.
And you'll just use our office staff for early voting, is that correct?
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
So I can provide an update on the absentee ballot process and the poll worker recruitment. I'll begin with the absentee ballot process. Yesterday, Mark Goins gave us permission to proceed with ballot printing because the additional judicial retention question that might have come before us or via the General Assembly has been, well, at this point, we're not going to have to do it. So we are not going to have to include an additional judicial retention question for August 6th election. So we are about to sign off on the quantities and the number of ballots needed for the upcoming election, and we should hopefully be getting those sometime next week. So at the present moment, we have about 1,000 absentee requests that have been submitted to our office.
Okay. So that's informative. There's no action needed with the commission at this time.
That is correct. Now, when we meet again, we'll need to lock the boxes and everything, and we can kind of go over what we envision for that. I'm still trying to secure additional ballot boxes that will be adequate for the numbers that we anticipate that we'll be receiving absentee ballot requests and return ballots for. So we can do all of that action at the next meeting with the ballot boxes.
And I have the next meeting Tuesday, June 16th at 4:00. And we originally discussed having it not in the office, but I think, Chad, you had rethought that?
Okay, a couple of things on that. I guess it was was early last week, the Secretary of State and our office began this media blitz regarding recruitment of poll officials. So we have gotten a number of responses to that effect. Actually, 50 to 100 people have submitted information to us to serve. And for that reason, we are still in the process of trying to organize all of this personnel and get all of this kind of straightened out. So if it pleases the commission, I would like to see if we could meet on June 23rd instead of next Tuesday, because we need just a little bit more time to get this organized.
The 23rd at 4 o'clock at the Williamson County office.
Right. Yeah, I think what we're going to do is we're just going to lock the boxes here, and then the ones that we'll need for the absentee ballot situation down at the old courthouse, we'll transport those down there ourselves, because there's going to be a lot more election day ballot boxes that have to be sealed compared to absentee boxes.
Okay. Can I do a roll call of who's available to meet instead of the 16th, to meet the 23rd at 4 o'clock? Dana,
I'm available.
Phyllis,
Strife, I'm available. No problem.
Kim Hinkie.
Kim Hankey, I'm available.
Kim, do you want to go back and vote? You voted aye on text. I couldn't count that. Do you want to go ahead and re-vote on that to count that in the total?
Yes, I don't remember which one it is that I didn't get to vote on. Was it the early voting?
It was the early voting hours.
Okay. Dana, this is Kim Hankey. I vote aye on the early voting hours for the Thompson Station referendum.
All right, that
Thank you.
changes from 4-0 and to 5-0. I believe you were fully in, you could fully hear everything in the discussion. Your just audio wasn't working at the time.
That's right.
Okay, I'm sorry. So we have also Jonathan Duda on the 23rd.
Chairman, yes. Jonathan Duda, yes.
Okay.
Available.
So everyone's available. We'll go ahead and establish that next meeting on June 23rd at 4 o'clock at the office. Any other business to bring before the commission at this time?
Mr. Chairman, Chad Gray, Administrator of Elections. I don't have anything else unless you all have questions about something.
Any other questions or comments from the commissioners?
Chairman, this is Jonathan.
This is Kim Hankey. Just real quick. Oh,
Go
sorry, Jonathan. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead, please.
I just wanted to confirm that the 23rd is at the administrative complex.
Yes.
Okay.
And no meeting on the 16th?
Correct.
Chairman Jonathan Duda. I just want to, for the record, Administrator Gray, just to ask him and to ensure that you have the support and the resources you need from the state election commission office with a new direction on absentee ballots, and that you know this commission stands to support you to provide those resources you need.
Commissioner Duda, thank you very much. Yeah, we're working with what we have to work with, and we're managing. This is a little bit of a we're kind of having to sort of just take things as they come at the moment. So, but we're managing okay at the moment.
Thank you.
Any other comments or questions from commissioners? Andrew, I see you're still on. Did you have any comments or questions before we adjourn?
No, I appreciate everyone's time, and we are really appreciative of this down in Thompson Station. So thank you all.
You're welcome. Seeing no other business before the commission, the Meeting is now adjourned. We'll see y'all on the 23rd.